Hi, my name's Laurie, and I'm the teen librarian at Pride-Chaneyville. And what we're going to do today is we are going to create a mini button tree. Some of you have done button trees with me before. These are going to be a little bit different because it's only going to be this big. So it's going to be more fun because it's so tiny. All right, in your bag, you're going to get a small piece of foam board, about that size, and brown, black paint, Q-tips, in case you don't have a paintbrush. This will work. I've done it with this. It works. You're going to get toothpicks because we're going to want some smaller areas with paint that you can't really do with the Q-tip. And the glue is easier to use with the toothpick. You're also going to need a tea towel or a dish towel. This is for your benefit so that you don't wind up with beads all over your house. Okay, because you're going to get beads too. So, what I've done was I started with the brown paint because I didn't want you to have to wait for it to dry. But what I want you to see is that with the toothpick, you could get really close and get more definition in there. And I wouldn't worry about it too much because anything that you don't like, all you need to do is cover it up with a button and you're done. Okay, so that's what will happen. Now, what I did was I wanted a little more definition to make it look a little more like bark. So I just ran some black down through it here and there, just kind of enough to make it a little jagged, especially the places that you're not going to have a button. So you get it on there, and then you can just move it around until it looks like ragged bark. Obviously, you may have a little more trouble with this. For me, it's easy because my hands are shaky enough to make it look like I did it on purpose. You, if you have steady hands, you might have to plan for it. So, I'm just going to leave you with that so you have the idea, okay? Because we don't want to wait for everything to dry. All right? See, whenever you make a mistake or you get too much, you just cover it over and fix it. Now, your next step is going to be getting your buttons on. So, your easiest way to do the buttons is to... I also gave you a few shiny things here and there just to put on. Okay, so I'm just gonna randomly put down my buttons and see if that's where I like them. Oh, I like this one. It's neat. Okay, and I want to put the pink ones too close together, so I'll put one up there. Some blue ones down here. Ooh, this one's even better. It's an itsy blue one. So let's put the itsy little one there. And I've got some tiny, tiny white ones too. There's another pink one. I kind of like the pinks and the blues today. And the gray just balances everything out. I tried to pack your kits with a variety of different colors of things. See, now that one could look like a rock. See what happens? Fun. Okay, I need some sparkle. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. I'm not going to do the whole thing because you don't want to watch this whole thing. You're going to have pictures of what I did on your instruction sheet for everything. Okay, now after you get all your buttons and things where you want them, lift up one at a time, put the glue down, and smoosh the button into it. Okay? So that's what you're going to do with all of them. And get them down here. Okay? Wherever you like. Once you have it all set up, see how shiny this one is? That looks really cool. Let's get that one down before it moves. Okay. Your next step is going to be your beads. And in order to do the beads, this is where I suggest you put the towel down. Any kind of towel will do, but you're probably going to be better off with like a reasonable size one. That's why I said a tea towel, a dish towel, something reasonably small. Oops, see, there go my buttons. And the reason we're going to do this is because when you start working with the beads, they're going to go all over the place. So, what you're going to do is kind of make a, like a snake trail with your tacky glue from where you think you're going to want a line of beads to run down. Okay, we're going to try to take this one all the way down so you can see what's happening. Actually, this does work better with a toothpick than anything else I found. You can't get a paintbrush, a sponge brush, anything to get small enough lines to make it work really well. Now, the beads. Again, we're going to owe some thanks to the toothbrush because we're going to take this toothbrush, yeah, the toothpick. Oops. Now, if you don't mind getting a little sticky, just get in there with it. Okay? And that is what you are going to do with your beads. And this is what will happen to you. You will get goop all over you. See, sticky enough to be able to pick it up now. Okay, so you're going to wind up with stripes all down it, wherever you want them. And, you know, the glue stays wet for a little bit, so I won't worry about it. But that is what you're going to do. You're just going to create tacky glue lines and run your beads over it. And then for all the ones that escape all over the place, that's what the tea towel is for. Because now you can pick up your artwork, and I'm not going to shake it because mine are not all glued down. My buttons aren't glued down yet. But you would just shake it a little bit, tap it, and then you can take all of your beads and put them back right where you want them. I've included buttons, beads, the little shiny discs, sequins. I put all sorts of things in yours. When I did mine, I wasn't thinking that much about it, so mine only has basically 2 colors of beads and my buttons. So I didn't put, I think I found one little thing in the button box like that. Obviously, if Mom's got a button box, you want to go for it. For this size one, the tinier buttons, the better. And you can put as much stuff on there as you want. You could make a weeping willow tree. You could do anything. I've been really careful trying to mix up the buttons that I put in your little bag. And I did put, because I didn't have quite enough bags, I didn't put your beads all in separate bags. So your buttons are in there, your shiny stuff, your sequins, your beads, it's all in the same bag. So if I were you, I would get out your tea towel before you even start and separate your buttons and your different color beads. That's going to be fun. And your sequins and stuff, so that everything's laid out around you and you can see what you want to use. But I tried to include a whole bunch of stuff for you, and it should be lots of fun. So that's it. That is our mini button tree. I hope you enjoy it.